Should be live. First radio live stream. Just have a little flick around. I don't think there's much going on, but I'll have a look and share the stream to a few people. Don't know how much of a delay is. You might have missed a bit of that intro, but oh well. I'll just try and get a few on, I think. So we'll copy that link. We might get some people. So we'll send that around. You should be able to hear the radio, I think. Where am I? Send that to a few people. And there we go. Let's check that that's working. I've got my iPad propped up here, is it? Oh well. Alright, let's jump to 40 metres, I think. There is a contest, and I don't know what contest it is. So can't hear me very well. How about that? Is that better? That should be better. We're gonna have to iron out a few teething problems with it being the first stream. Is that any better, Ella? Wicked. Yep. Just need to turn the mic up a little bit, because I think I'm talking a bit quieter compared to last night. So, anyway, you're the only viewer. My iPad is deciding to work. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can get it on there. Search it now. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's showing. Brilliant. Don't know how much delay we've got in it. We have 2 viewers now. Is that Nick or someone? I don't know who it is. Can't be Josh. Oh, it could be Josh. Or is it Jake? I don't know. Who have we got?
For North America. Looking for stateside, looking for North America. From Italy, Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa. Italy, Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa. IG8,
4 viewers. Who we got? Who we got in? Don't know if we want to go straight into some contacts or we see if the bands are going to warm up. Because I honestly couldn't tell you. Not really had a great look around, and for some reason 80 is checking the SDRs, hat green and whatnot. Hello Nick, yeah it is Nick. Nick, is everything alright audio wise? All that jazz? Everything okay? Should be. Oh, you know what, I'm going to have to just quickly resize this. Otherwise it's going to bug me. So I won't be able to see right and round. See, I thought I had everything prepped, and I haven't. That's Josh messaging. We're live. I don't know how much delay we've got on it though. But yeah, flat as a pancake.
It's a good contact I've actually. I didn't realise he runs a little garage down the road, but he did it really cheap for me because I bought all the bits, so that's got that.
So you compared to Hat Green.
Apart from that, that must have done 140,000, and
compared to Hat Green,
it got a few. It went through a phase of rubber hoses perishing.
I'm getting distracted.
And we had a few problems there and needed the hoses, swapped out. And but apart from that, touch wood, it's been absolutely brilliant, and the rear dip's just starting to make a little bit of noise now, but
so 8 is quite flat even to Hat Green. Sounds great. Thank you, Nick.
Robin, M7MYD from M0KP in the group.
Suppose I picked a bad night for it. I should be streaming in the daytime at the minute. But no, I just thought I'd give it a go, Nick. Just if anyone wants to watch, they can watch, can't they? If they don't want to watch, they don't have to. But there is I don't know if the contest has finished. There was a contest on it. I think it might have finished at 11 o'clock. I'm not too sure. So we'll have to see. I did make my little home screen as well, so we could sit on that. Made a few little things, which is quite cool. But no, just thought I'd have a little play around, see if we can make something of it. I'll go back into that screen thing. Still learning how all this YouTube live stuff works as well. It's odd, it's different. Not used to doing it, but let's get back into it.
DEP, QRZ stateside, over.
In the States.
Charlie 6 United, contest.
See, contest, and I don't know what contest it is. That's the only thing. I don't know what contest we're on. I suppose it'd be good if I knew, so I could take part.
CQDX on 40 from Italy, Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa, Italy.
It might be a bit of a boring stream, to be fair. I don't mind, it's just something fun to play around with, isn't it? Let's have a look. I'll just check, does that link work? I don't know, does that link work that I sent? Is that what you used, Nick? Did you use that link? Because I click on that link and it did not connect. Potential security issue. Will Google Chrome let me use the link? No. Not a clue. Don't know what that link does then. Apparently it's a stream URL that I can give out to people so they can click it and join the stream, but apparently not. Alright, let's open up. Open up a new tab.
Radio Charlie 6 United, Romeo Charlie 6 Uniform, contest. W3MA 5929.
It's not CQ zones, is it, that they're given again, like the CQ worldwide. Yeah, the link didn't work. I know, I've just been testing the link myself, man, it hasn't done anything, I don't know why. Not too sure. I'm not too sure. I don't think we're going to be doing much because it's bloody dead as a door now. And I bet you 20 is just as bad, isn't it? Nope, if we're up at... Yeah. All that noise up. Absolutely nothing. Go back to 40, see if we get any stateside start coming in. Yeah, I don't know what this. I don't know what the contest is. I've not got a clue. Oh well, let's dig into it. Are you doing FT8, Nick, or have you got a microphone plugged in? See, the waterfall is the loop antenna. And you're listening now. I believe the stream is listening to the radio audio, which is obviously connected to the DX commander. I can change it over. So we change it over now. Now you listen to the SDR audio. So you might have noticed a slight difference in the audio then. Mix between it. They usually receive pretty much exactly the same. There's not usually much difference in them. Other than some certain noises. Obviously the loop can null out noises, I suppose, can't it? So I'll get rid of that. Drop that there. I'll put that there. Now, see, I've been told again the link doesn't work. I don't know why that link didn't work then. I haven't got a clue. I moved the camera since last night. We did a test stream last night on Twitch, and it was half decent. I don't know if I got Brucey in now. Have we got Brucey in? Finishing off the 8th of the night now. 1001 contacts since 8th set. Following your frequencies, checking delay time and signal strength. Okay, we can. Probably better if you want a quick QSO to test the delay. I think I counted earlier, and on my Wi-Fi, listening to myself, it's about 8 seconds. Hello, Brucey. I think it's about 8 seconds. But we can try if you want, Nick. I think a higher band, usually when I have a QSO with Josh on HF, we usually go up to like 15 metres or something, because 40 you might be a bit too close for me. I can just hear Josh on 40. So we can always jump up to like 15 or something and have a try. Brucey, how's everything sounding? I trust what you say. You're a computer nerd. I've lost my chat. Where's my chat gone? I just don't. I would take. Oh, sounds good. How's a CB? CB. Don't you start as well. Don't you start. But yeah, we will try some contacts. But at the minute, there's a contest going on, and the trouble is, I don't know what contest it is. I can't work out. I've looked on the calendar. And all I could see was a 180 metre contest, and that was on the RSGB's website. So whether Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta.
Mike 7, please again.
It's Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta.
Just a moment, please. Mexico 7, Mike 7, please again.
Yeah, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta.
Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Hello, good morning. Thank you very much. You are 5 and 757. My name is Yuri. Yankee Uniform Radio Italia. Yuri, my name. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. J4 Foxtrot Bravo QSO.
Okay, yeah, the name here is Sam Sierra Alpha Mike Sam, and I forgot to look at the meter, but you definitely sound a 5.9 in my ears. And yeah, good morning to you. We've just ticked into the morning. But yeah, we'll leave you with that. And 73.
Okay, Sam QSO. Thank you very much. The nice QSO today morning. 73. Good luck to you. And have a good weekend to you and yours. Bye bye.
You too. Thank you very much. 73. I don't know why I said we'll leave you with that. I've never ever said that. And his call sign. Oh, there's Josh. Was that Josh getting in there then? Not much delay. Oh, okay. Can you hear me on 40, Nick?
Yankee Uniform Radio Italia, Yuri, my name QSL.
Is that Josh? Is that you? Mike? No, I thought I heard your call sign in there, Josh. So he's 5'9" on the 5'9" on the radio on the DX Commander, but he's almost peaking a 20 plus on the loop. Yeah, not much delay. That's quite good. Nice and clear. Yes, that was Josh. I thought it was Josh. Do you want to try a Q's on 40, Nick? See how well I can hear you. I'll tell you what. Exactly, I'll sit there for a second. 7120. I need to check. I think that's his call sign. I'll log it. It's just his name was different to what he's told me in the logbook. But yeah, we'll go 7120. M7MYD is his frequency clear. I ran out of water. M7MYD 2E0XNX. Are you listening on this frequency, Nick?
Yeah, got you, buddy.
Yeah, you're lovely and strong. You're plus 20 on the loop. I'll look at the radio on you next, over.
Yeah, you're plus 20 this way as well, mate.
And guess what? I still didn't look at the radio. So yeah, what's the delay like? Everything all good with it?
Yeah, you're about 2 seconds on the delay there, Sam.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, you're plus 20 on the vertical and on the loop. Really good. I'm trying to think. I'm listening. I think the stream is listening to the radio, and I'm also listening to the radio.
All right, Josh.
Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, Josh. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting much signal on you. I can hear you though. Doubled with you.
Both on here, and I just wanted to check that Sam was working well and everything was okay. Well, good luck with it, Sam. Anyway, I'll catch
cheers,
you
Nick.
73 for now. 2E0XNX clear.
Yep, cheers, Nick. Like I say, it's just a bit of fun. I don't expect anything. I'm not doing it for, I want to go big on YouTube with radio at all. It's just live stream. My friends can watch, I suppose, and as I'm sat here having a play on the radio myself, I'll share it if other people want to watch it. But yeah, nice one for that, Nick. We'll catch you in a bit. M7MYD.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, you crack on with it, buddy. It's working well. It sounds great. So best of luck with it. I'll follow you on the YouTube, buddy. All the best. 73 for now. Catch you later. I'm gonna get my head down and get some sleep. Catch you in a bit. Ta-da.
Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Cheers, Nick. Right, go on there, Josh. Let's see if we can hear. Yeah, I can just hear you. Not extremely well, but I can make out what you're saying. I will look at your signal next time.
Yeah, it's like I said, 40 is not very good for local tonight. It seems like it's having a bad day, as it were.
Yeah, well, that's where 80 takes over, isn't it? 40 is usually really good in the daytime for talking around. And then 80 sort of takes over. But there is, I don't know if you heard me saying on the stream, there's a contest going on. I don't know what contest it is, otherwise I probably would have took part in it. I don't want to go back in any calls, and I can't give them the right information for the contest, Josh.
Yeah, somebody said something about it being a ITU contest, and then I heard another guy say earlier something about a Bulgaria contest. So there's a few of them going off then.
Yeah, I think there is a few. If it's ITU, that's just your CQ zone, isn't it? So are we 14 again? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't keep up. The only contest I've ever took part in was the CQ Worldwide, and I only did that just to put a few contacts in my log. I think I made about 75 or 80 contacts during that. So this log on log for OM, I've got 232 in it at the minute, and that's a new log. I imported some of the old log from M1MM, but not all of it. But yeah, no, we're working alright. I'm just thinking, usually early hours of the morning you do get you probably hear my feedback actually listening to the radio audio. You do get some US sometimes, and I think it's Friday night, not Saturday night. There is a group over in the US that have a local net, so whether we're a little bit late to the party, a day late, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, but I know, well, earlier on, this band pretty much most of the day has been open all over the place. Everywhere from the Middle East has been coming in, Europe has been, but then, yeah, the moment the sun went down, it was a bit in and out on this bit of the undertaker. But, yeah, enjoy it while it's open, I suppose, because it might close again.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Like I say, I probably picked a bad day for starting this stream, because if there's a contest going on, then I'm not taking part, and I can't really give a call back to anyone calling CQ. So that's why, luckily, I found that station in Hungary just that was calling. Did you have a contact with him just after? I'm sure I did hear you.
I tried to, I didn't manage to make it into him, sadly. It's the thing though, this antenna, it's got an RF track on it, this one that I'm using at the moment. I've put a new one up, it's the 9 to 1, with an RF track for 40 on it. But yeah, it's a bit difficult to get into some of them. You've got to consider, you know, there's a lot more stations probably calling in that we can't hear.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? I did have a good look at your antenna when I come past the other day. Actually, you've got enough cable ties on it, haven't you?
Oh yeah, there's plenty on there, doesn't have done much to it. To be fair though, the one that you saw yesterday is not the one that's up now. The one that's up now is very, very different.
Oh, right, okay. When would it have been? It would have been Friday. So yeah, well, we're technically Sunday now, aren't we? We're 12:15. But it would have been Friday. I did see it. Like I say, with plenty of cable ties on it, Josh.
Yeah, well, I put plenty of them on it. And just in case I've decided to lean it in towards the schools themselves, you know, after the side, no one's going to say if it's rolling to 3 over that side. But yeah, it's probably not going to. It's really, really tied down, this one is. I got this one off of Nick to put a couple together, and I said to him, well, yeah, the 49 to 1 is doing very, very rubbish from here. So, you know, he grabbed me that one and said, give this one side. Put it up, and lo and behold, it's been receiving pretty much almost, well, all around the world today. Sadly, on SGA, I've not been able to go back to him. But on the seas, I tell you, this thing has been receiving everything that there is to hear.
Yeah, well, at least it's working for you. I've just put the DNR on this radio. I've seen a lot with these new 710s that the DNR needs a bit of work, 'cause it's nowhere near as effective as it is on the DX10s and the 991A and the 101s and all that jazz. So anything above about 4, it gets bad. But I've got it on number 2, and it just takes out that little bit of hiss. I've only got it really low, like I say, on number 2, but it just takes out that hiss, and it has brought you out a little bit, because some of the things, when you start to get a bit quiet in your audio, you do drop into the noise, making it a bit difficult to hear everything you're saying, Josh.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, this one is not exactly, not fully designed for 40. To be fair, yeah, it's probably a bit too short for 40. But, yeah, it's working either way. But getting out, obviously. I think it's just down to, on here on 40, the local stations here in the UK have not been coming in very well into the evening here. You can't hear anything pretty much over here in the UK, unless, you know, it's obviously very close stations. The only other stuff that I'm hearing is far end of Europe, you know, places like Greece and stuff like that. They're very, very strong into here. But, yeah, local, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's a bit of a push, I suppose. I mean, the lower bands are tough for me here. 80 metre, I mean, I need to get it out of my head comparing it to like an SDR like Hat Green being out in the open with good antennas, good, you know, they're very effective antennas, I suppose, in terms of just their overall length, and the fact that they're in a nice, clear, open spot with nothing around them. It hears bloody everything up there, don't it? So I need to stop this, like, you know, comparing it to such a good receive site, and just have to make do with what I've got here, I suppose. But I think I like the loop, but I think I might try a log antenna loop on the ground, and just see if that does any difference, because the loop still is a little bit noisy. It's 100 times better outside at the bottom of the garden at about 10 foot high compared to what it was in the attic, or when I put it on the main mast it was just too high up there. They work better, I think. Well, it's definitely working better closer to the ground and further away from stuff, but it should be nulling out the noises from the houses, and it's a north to south, I think. Glad I couldn't get the words out there. A north to south receive on it. That's its direction, because they are quite directional, aren't they?
I'm sure on the photograph, we've got those conditions to consider as well, where we were on like 2 meters or 7 centimeters, you know, those ones, they're not very much affected by the atmosphere at all, so this noise is like very similar signal. So yeah, I know this could be changed within a few minutes, so it's always best to watch out for it, I reckon.
So I can't even see on the waterfall. Yeah, I was just thinking, I was just looking, I can't even see on the waterfall, and I flicked over to the loop earlier and I can't hear you on the loop. But I'm going to have a little flick around, Josh, just to see if there's anyone calling CQ. We can get a couple of contacts in, and I don't know, the contest may have finished now with tip past midnight, unless it's a couple of day contest. So I'll leave it with you. We'll probably have another QSO in a bit, but I'm going to have a flick around and just see if there's anything that I can do besides all the contest callers, Josh. Yep, alright Josh, we'll catch you soon. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta Click. Right, where do we go and try now? Let's have another look around up on 40. See, we have US, but I ain't got a clue what the contest is. Is it a serial number? The amount of contact? So we do have some US on 40, so it might be warming up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's just dead. It really is. I'm just picking some bad times to play a radio on. So I better make quite a boring stream, don't I? Just sit in silence. I know it's not going to, but let's have a look at 20 metres. Completely, utterly nothing. I think it's all going to be like that, isn't it? 17, 15. Oh, where's some broadcast? Absolutely nada. We'll go back to 80 metres, let's have a look. Oh god. It's a bit on 80. Pardon me? Yeah, just not a lot going on, is there? I suppose we could stick a little CQ out and see if anyone's going to hear us and talk back. It's getting a lot of European on 80 metres. It's not ideal, is it? Oh, who have we got in here? We've got 3 viewers. Can't see who's viewing. Apparently we have 3. And I think the delay varies from being a good delay to a bit longer.
Maar dan moet nog eventjes
I tell you what, I can't go on. I can't go on here, can I? I can only listen. But let's have a look. No. Literally, it's telling me off for being on there. So we have some US, but nothing. LOC. Oh, is this frequency clear? Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Better be good, ain't it? Is this frequency in use? Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Nope. M7MYD. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Calling CQ140, CQ40, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta. Calling CQ40, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Calling CQ140, CQ40. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta. Calling CQ40 and standing by. Hello CQ, CQ40, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Calling CQ140, CQ40 and standing by. Cheers, Nick. I need to have one of them big banners now. Subscribe, Nick. CQ40, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta. Calling CQ40, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Calling CQ140 and standing by. I do have the little thing where I've pre-recorded a message on the radio, but I've only got one pre-recorded and it was from the contest. So it's CQ contest, so I can't really use that. So until I record the new one, which for some reason you can only record it using the mic, the actual hand mic with the radio, you can't use an external like this. For some reason, I don't know why. They might iron that out in an update. It sounds like someone is on this frequency, I don't know if you heard it. We're going to CQ, CQ40, CQ40, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, calling CQ140, CQ40, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, calling CQ140 meters and standing by. Oh, no, I've got nothing. Nice one, Nick. Hello CQ, CQ, CQ40, CQ140 meters, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta, calling CQ140, CQ40, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, calling CQ140 and standing by. Is that someone there or are they just close? That's hopefully, Nick. Probably let Christmas get out of the way first, and then I'm going to go for it. I got pretty much ready to book it, and then a few things come up, which meant I didn't end up booking it, but I still have the books. I'll go back through everything again and just re-jog my memory, and I'm going to get it booked so we can bump the power up and not be looked down as a foundation holder, because it does happen. Some people welcome you and some people don't, so it would be nice. I think someone is on this frequency or very close by. Oh yeah. I just got some noise crept up there now. Hello CQ, CQ, CQ40, CQ140 meters, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, calling CQ140, CQ40, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, calling CQ140 and standing by. See how you hear that tiny bit of noise come back through the SDR with the D key? It's not perfect timing, is it? And the trouble is with the 710, I get slight audio feedback as an input device, so I can't win. Yeah, there's definitely something there. Yeah, exactly. It's not just the power that makes a difference, is it? You seem like you know what you're doing a bit more, which I suppose you do. But it's a bit stupid, really, because you can get some full license holders talking right down to a foundation holder, but the foundation holder could have all the knowledge in the world to be a full license. They've just not done it yet. So it's a bit annoying, but there's always that hierarchy and everything, and that includes amateur radio, I suppose, don't it? I've heard some where, you know, you've got a few G0s or something, having a chinwag on 80, and there's been a foundation, a Mic 7, a Mic 6, Mic 3 call in, and they're booming to me, so I know they're booming to them. They're getting out absolutely brilliant, and they'll pretend they can't hear him, or they're struggling to hear him a little bit, so they just say, oh, a bit of QSB, we'll try again in a bit, or whatever. Whereas some of them absolutely welcome him in, but I think we should be looked to be good. Pulling back the hobby into it, making a very simple and easy exam has pulled a hell of a lot on, especially with lockdown. So I don't know, but there's going to be that in every hobby, I suppose, aren't you? Be looked down on, but no, the intermediate is definitely in the line. I wish, to be fair, the second I passed the foundation, I just carried on and went straight in for it then. But I think, when did they do it? July last year. So August, September, October, November. A year and 4 months I've had the licence now, I think. We could do some 2 meters. Yeah, exactly. When they're moan the hobby is dying. I know. You know, they moan literally that it's dying off. But then they moan about this dead easy exam because they had to do the City of Guilds. I mean, they're not all like that. I'm not speaking for all of them at all. And Callum did a good video on it as well.
We'll catch up again. M2II, Fred in New Jersey, 063 in New Jersey, iPhone number 73.
I didn't get a call, so.
Thank you very much for the nice contact, and I hope to
Now, is it this station's frequency or is it the US station?
Have a nice day, have a nice weekend, and thanks a lot for the QSO, Siegfried. Ciao from Italy. November 2, India, and 2II from Italy, Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa.
Where is he?
Okay, spend my
New Jersey.
Alfredo. You have a good morning. I see
He's very strong.
2:30, I believe 2:30 in the morning. I was at 1:30. I forgot now.
I don't think it's
Have a good morning, a good
this US
weekend,
guy's
and
frequency.
I'll call you again if I hear you, and you please do the same. M2II, Fred in New Jersey, Kitchener Road, 73.
73, Siegfried. Ciao from Italy. Thanks a lot for the QSO. November 2, India, and 2II from Italy, Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa, 73, Siegfried. Ciao, bye-bye.
Ciao, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
But it is.
The Germany one, go ahead.
No. Maybe we can do some more CQ calling, I suppose. Get this top end. Is this frequency clear? Mic 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Hello CQ, CQ40, CQ on 40. Mic 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mic 7, Mike Yankee Delta calling CQ40, CQ40. Mic 7, Mike Yankee Delta calling CQ on 40 meters, CQ40, CQ40. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta calling CQ40 and standing by for any call. There's someone close by, I think. Hello CQ, CQ40. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta. Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta. Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta calling CQ40 and standing by. CQ40, 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 Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta, Mexico 7, Mexico Yankee Delta, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta calling CQ40, CQ40, Mike 7, Mike Yankee Delta calling CQ on 40 and standing by. There is someone just underneath or close to this frequency, so I might change. We've got some awful noise there. The aliens have just joined 40. Yeah, there's someone close by. How about... got a nice clear spot there. No. Someone's too close. What is it? Whiskey, Mike G. Whiskey, Mike G. Check. Oh, okay, we'll switch over to the audio to the... I don't know if he's calling contest though. If he is, we can't go back, so I haven't got a clue about the contest. SS? What's that? November... ARL, so it's obviously US. Sweepstakes, yeah. Last 2 digits of the year. I don't know what... I'm trying to read up what the contest is. If I show you, this is what I'm reading about the contest now. Yeah, see, I don't know. I do not know, so I'll probably just leave it. Let's try and find somewhere clear. See, I don't know the US band plan either, so I don't know how low down they can go on 40. So. I don't know about this. I do not have a clue. At least it's waking up for 40 though. I'll tell you what, let's jump back to 80 metres a minute, shall we?
Je wordt een beetje warmte in. Ik heb de cv heb ik nog niet aangehaald.
If you're doing it, I'll change when I wrap along to let me know. It's hard for me to listen on 850 at the same time and on...
if we get the whole band in, that'll be a bit better, won't it?
HD600, so I've got to swap the other radio to the computer. And the other headphones at KRKs are the totally different sound. That is where I do want to leave it. But when it does change, that...
Jeez, I'm just dead. 80 metres, I need to improve it. These lower bands. I need to get some more wire in there.
I'm really happy with this sound.
Don't get me wrong, I love the vertical, but it's good on DX. But I don't think it's going to be the best for 80 metres. It's an inverter DAD on 80 metres is, I think, about 19.5 metres of wire. And obviously the right amount, well, the minimum amount of radials I need to get on 80. It tunes okay across all of it. I think it varies up to about SPR about 3 right at the top end. So I bring it in with the tuner, but it's a tough band for bandwidth anyway on most antennas. See, it just seems to be pulling in the Europeans better than it does for a Skywarmer, pulling in UK stations. It's for 80, I'd rather pull in the UK stations. But what I'll do is I'll flick around on here, because this is obviously a visual of the loop, whereas the audio you're hearing is coming from the radio, which is on the DXC. So I'd often do this, flick around even without forgetting looking at the waterfall, and just, because sometimes you do hear a station in here that you can't see because the loop's not in it but the vertical is. And that's why I'm still toying with the idea of one of the MFJ SDR switches, because it would give me the waterfall display of my of my transmit antenna. I mean, the loop, upon testing it, I think I've only had it up about a week. I've had the loop for ages, but I've only properly had it up for about a week, and it seems to, I mean, comparing it to the waterfall on the 710, it seems to pull in pretty much the exact same. And it should be directional, but it seems to be pulling in also. I mean, the east-west is it's north, yet it still pulls in the US. There's a couple wide there. So it does a good job. But I still don't know.
Now I've replaced one. And they had an higher voltage in this and all, but same.
So it's receiving on the verticals doing slightly better there. And peaking on his cough. He peaked at the +20. But yeah, it's about the same receive. Pardon me.
Oh yeah.
There's too much contest going on 40 metres as well, so I don't know. I don't know, does it make a difference if we change the colour? I mean, the colour does look cool, the one we had it on. I think one of the ones I like is, which one was it? Was it Turbo? Oh no, that's too much into it. The contrast, it just hides everything. I think I'm going to go back to what I had it on. Oh dear. That's the one I quite like as well.
CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, CQDX on 40. From Italy Zulu 8 Delta Echo Papa, Italy Zulu 8 Delta Echo Papa.
Well, he's calling for DX and we're not DX to Italy, so. Oh, one lower sideband. Let's tune it the wrong way then.
Italy Zulu 8 Delta Echo Papa, IG8 DEP.
Very strong. Tell you what, I know it hasn't, but let's have a look at 20 and see if it's warmed up. It's not going to have it this time, is it? No. Absolutely nothing. It's just not the time for this band, is it? Probably better back on here, I think. Well, it's made out for a bit of a boring stream, hasn't it? Maybe do it when there isn't a contest on that I'm not taking part in. That would be better, wouldn't it? What was that? What's that? I want to find out what all this noise is across here as well. I know my CCTV camera power supply is definitely creating some noise. but it's a tough one because I don't want to sacrifice losing cameras just to drop an S point and clean the waterfall up. Maybe we could do some FT8, can't we? But I don't know. I'm still not very good at it. It's calling DX, Josh. We have stumbled across it then, we did hear you. It's calling DX though. I don't know if you're still watching, by the way.
CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, CQDX on 40, from Italy Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa, Italy Zulu 8, Delta Echo Papa, IG8 DEP, QRZDX, over. CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, hello CQDX CQ, CQDX on 40.
It'd be good if I could see who was viewing the stream, wouldn't it? 'Cause it says I've got current viewers 4. But who they are, I don't know.
IG8 DEP, QRZDX, over.
Yeah, I don't know if you are still watching, Josh, but he was calling CQDX. So he'll probably just tell you, stand by Europe DX only or something. Oh, who's that?
A little section lodge here.
40 seems to be warming up a little bit, don't it? Just not enough. Just not enough oomph in it. Plus it's contesting and I ain't got a clue what contest they're in, so. I wish the bands looked like they did in the CQ Worldwide contest, because they were rammed. No, I'm probably not going to make any contacts tonight, am I? We're sticking to the call out. We'll sit here for a second and just check that there's no one close by or in there. And I suppose we can whack another call out, can't we? Do I class as one of the viewers? As I've got the studio open on YouTube so I can see the chat and whatnot, but does that class me as a viewer on my own account? I do not know. Tell you what, we'll let's close it down on the iPad. Okay, in free space until I do for portable use. Horizontal wire and auto tune at home would work. Would work with as much wire as possible. Yeah, I know. It's hard to get. Keep going, be patient. I know. It's just the contest, isn't it? They do me head in unless it's. Nah, actually, I like them. It fills the bands, but yeah, I need to play around with some wire again. Don't get me wrong. I mean, since I got the DX Commander, I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I did on an M7. Because that's the beauty of antennas, isn't it? They're so different for everyone. So like, how that wire could work phenomenal for you, Nick. I used a 49:1, and what did it have? It had 20 meters of wire on, so it's a half wave on 40. And then I added I made a little, is it 110 microfarad coil or something? I can't remember. And then about 2.5 meters after that, I think, and acts as a choke when you're on 40 to stop using anything past the coil, but then acts as a loading coil when you go on 80. And it tuned fine, but I just didn't do very well on it. And then I had time off HF. I was just using VHF, UHF locally. And then I just randomly considered a DX Commander antenna, even though I've been watching his videos for ages, and I thought, yeah, bugger it, I'll go for one, because Rick has one. And he said he really enjoys his, and I can't get it in free space in the garden. I mean, if I just show you that picture there, you'll be able to see the DX Commander. So it's up against a summer house. The 80 meter loop, the 80 meter inverted L doesn't look like that anymore. I've changed it because it was interacting with the 40 meter element, so it comes down from that top spreader now. So all tune's fine, and I've had some really good contacts with it, especially with it being a vertical. The angle of radiation's lower, isn't it? Which is where I think something between like 5 and 15 degrees off the horizon is your best friend for DX. But I don't know. I think a combination of that and a Y will be nice. So I might have to try. But I pulled me 49-1 Ballon apart the other week. So I really needed a ferrite to stop some common mode on one of my cables, and I knew I had one in there, so now I've got quite a few, so I didn't need to sacrifice it. So whether I get one again or I build another wire or a dipole or something like that, I've got some ladder line now, so I could do like a G5 RV type antenna, or like a dipole for 40 meters. But it's just getting on 80 in a small area. It's difficult, isn't it? You can do it, but it's going to be a compromise, just like this is. I've got an inverted L for 80, and it is definitely a compromise. So whether the conditions have just been bad for me here, but it's strange. 80 seemed to be phenomenal the past few days at tea time. Then come about 7-8 o'clock, it just seemed to completely die off for me. Whereas I'm looking on SDRs around the UK, and it was absolutely fine, but it's just dying off for me. But yeah, they are quarter wave fans vertical. It is. It's a fan dipole, isn't it? Just stood up vertically. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have a play around. But it'll be interesting to see. Oh, someone is close by there, aren't they? Yeah, it's just contesting. I do think I'm going to go top up my glass of water though. I haven't got a nice little screen to put you on where I'll be back in a minute. So I'll probably just go back onto that. So, oh no, in fact, we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on there. So let me go grab some more water. Give me just a second. We're back with more water. I think we'll probably take it to the hour mark, so another couple of minutes and probably call it a night. Be good if it weren't. Oh look, FT8. There you go, Nick's your best mate down there. Just one more. I load it for 8 minutes to keep that. And can you get on 80 meters with that, Nick? Because if you didn't know, there's a brilliant piece of software I come across from. I think the bloke wrote it himself. It's called G5STU. I broke something. His name's Stu. G5STU, and he wrote a piece of software. In fact, I suppose I can show you. It's this here. If I show you this screen, it's called Station Master. And what it does is, you can link it to any SDR you want. So at the minute we're on 40 meters. If I jump to 40, what it would do is it would use the cat control of the radio. So there you go, look. So you're not listening to the audio from this. I've not got it switched on. But what it would do is, and then you'll see at the top here when I transmit. you see it says transmitting. So it's quite cool. So what it can do is it cat control. Basically, it will allow any. I think if you go into settings up here, you can set the URL. So he's defaulted to Hat Green because it's English and it's one of the best ones here, isn't it? Then you can have on mute on PTT down. So it uses the cat control of OmniRig. So let me just bring that back up so I can see if you've put it in the chat. Not loving FT getting around the world on the loft. Lots of CW. Yeah, there is, Josh. It's quite a lot. But yeah, this Station Master's brilliant. At the minute, it doesn't mute because I'm using OmniRig as a 101D because the 710 is not yet supported, but the 101 works fine for cat control. But I think he made it because he lives in an area where he pretty much can't have an antenna up at all, so he's just got a wire in his loft, just like you have, I suppose, and it gets out really well, but it doesn't receive. It's just awful. So he wrote this where he can utilise a really good SDR. It mutes when he PTTs, so he uses that for listening, but uses his home antenna for transmitting. So that is a good option should you be stuck. Because if I look at 80 meters on here, say, oh, to be fair, 80's died off a hell of a lot anyway. But it used to be rammed earlier on. But it's a good piece of software, I suppose, because you can use a really, really good receive site and then use your station. Like I say, as I turn my radio there, it cat controls it. Slight delay, but not bad at all. But I suppose you can just click on a signal and then fine tune it in with your radio. But it just a really good piece of software. An extremely good piece of software. But we'll close that down now anyway. But yeah, that's a good one to look into. I think I told you about that as well, didn't I, Josh? But yeah, FT8, I've not done a great deal of it. I use that other one that there's two in there you can use in my FT8. JTDX, not the WSJTX. I use a JTDX. Is that what it's called? But there we go. So let's tune me on there. Yeah, that's a cool piece of software, I suppose. But yeah, I won't do any FT at the minute. But Nick, how do you get on with 80 meters then, with what you're doing? Do you hear a lot? We have passed the hour mark. Look, we've set a milestone here. Bear in mind, I don't need to wear glasses to let you all know. It's just the blue light glasses. It saves me from getting a banging headache being sat at my screens all night. But yeah, I'm curious to know how you get on with 80 meters. And also, as I'm talking now, am I plenty loud enough to get in over the radio, or shall I mute the radio or turn it down? Just want to make sure that I'm not being lost in the noise. I mean, looking at the levels, I should be double the loudness of the radio. And we're going into the orange patch on the mic, so we're not completely overdriving it, but we're getting there. But yeah, curious to know how it works on 80 meters, because I might try something different. And the only annoying thing with this 710 as well that I really miss with the old HF radio, it's only got one antenna port. It'd be nice if they put a dual slot in so you can run a couple of antennas and switch steady. I mean, you could put a switcher in. Obviously, that's just me being greedy. But shouldn't it be an obvious thing? Whack a couple of antenna ports on it. It can't be hard to add, can it? He's picking up some. I'd love to talk to you, mate, but you're in a contest and I ain't got a clue. Great on 80 metres on receive, but yet to get a tune out of the loft. Yeah, so it's great on 80 metres receiving. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I've tested, obviously using Hack Green and listening to myself, and I'm getting out really well on 80 by the sounds of it. It does a really good job on transmit. So, and the audio is fine, brilliant, thank you, mate. But yeah, this is what I'm toying around with. I'm focusing more on my receive at the minute as opposed to my transmit, because the DXE, I mean, you know, if you're talking locally, like on 2 metres, and your vertical polarisation or horizontal polarisation, I think there's something like it's crazy, like a 20 dB loss into it. So if you're vertical at your house and I'm horizontally, it is something as mad as 20 dB or something like that. But when you're talking HF, that polarisation mismatch becomes less effective over distance, so it's not. Also modifying the 7300 to add another antenna port. Yeah, can you mod my 710 as well? I mean, I just don't like having to have an antenna, so I ain't got one in line at the minute, because the receive antenna just goes into the SDR and I use the audio from that on my computer, but it would be nice to, we'll come off that, so we're not got him chatting to us. But yeah, it's just having patch lead to the radio and this and that. It'd just be so much nicer to have a couple of antennas straight into the back of the rig. But yeah, I'm playing around more with the receive side of things, because I want to. I'd be happy to run the SDR how I am now on receive. So I'm using, like I said a few times, using the loop antenna on receive. I probably had a little message on the stream, because on my home one here, it does say we're running 10 watts from a Yaesu FT710 into a DXE vertical RX from a CCW, which is cross country wireless loop, and RSP1A SDR. So I might add that across the bottom on here or something to say, just down there, so it's obvious, or let you know what audio you're hearing, because at the minute you're listening to the radio audio, which is the DX Commander. If I switch it over, so I switch it in meters first just to check. Yeah, that's audio from the loop, so you can hear the difference. The loop is getting different type of noise. It's strange, but it's picking up about the same. But yeah, it's just the receive. I want to get the receive on the lower bands better, and this is where the loop come in, because they seem to work really well. And don't get me wrong, it is working extremely well. And I still need to sort my coax issue out. Is it that way? No, it's that way. Across there, the coax still goes out the window. I've got some 25mm PVC tube with a nice junction box that I'm just going to drill through, so I can drop a couple of runs of coax straight down and have a little connection box outside. I mean, you don't want a lot of connections, but you don't lose a lot on HF, do you? So it should be okay. But yeah, the receive is what I want to knuckle down on and try and get them lower bands much better. And that's where I was going to go and try a log antenna, a loop on the ground. Or is it a loop on the ground is technically about a foot off the ground, and then there's one, is it called the Behringer or something? Well, yes, it can be, but as you say, on HF, polarisation is less effective over distance. It gets reflective and bounce off the ionosphere. That's why horizontal wire is common. Commonly use DX. Use horizontal. Yeah, exactly. And it's the radiation pattern of verticals compared to horizontals that differ, don't they? They all work. They will all work. But yeah, I mean, getting out, in terms of getting out my signal, phenomenal, works incredibly well. 95% of the time, if I hear a station call and I call back, I'm straight in unless there's a big pile up. So I know I'm getting out, but it's just the receive side of things. So I don't know. Is it called? They're called Behringers or something. I can't remember the name, but they're actual antennas that do lay on the ground, don't they? And I think a common one is a 15-foot square with a little. Is it a 4-to-1 matching or something? Balun on them. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to double check them. But I've thought about that because the signal to noise ratio on them is incredible. They don't receive a lot of noise, but I've seen reviews from one end of the scale to the other. There never seemed to be much in between. It was always absolutely phenomenal. Since I've had it, it's the only antenna I use to listen on. And I've also had people say, well, yeah, I didn't really get the hype. From what everyone was saying, it doesn't seem to be as good as people make out. So I suppose the only way to do it is literally build one and try it. And I can always still use this amplified unit. Or the other idea is, at the minute, there's a BNC at the end of the cable that plugs into the loop, and at the loop end is a little transformer outside at the no, it's just the matcher unit outside. The actual power unit is down here, which it's like a bias T basically. You have to power them, amplify them. But I've also built just a plain box with a couple of tangs on, where I can build a dipole, for instance. So what I could do is I could disconnect the loop antenna from the BNC feed at the end, plug it into this dipole centre, and just put as big run as I possibly can. So I'm still effectively using a loop, just a massive loop. And I suppose the benefits to that would be, if you get it low down, it should act somewhat like a log antenna, where the signal to noise ratio is quite good. But then it could also work better on the lower bands, because there's a lot more physical wire out there. I mean, the loop's only 1.2 metres diameter, and for what they are, the phenomenal magnetic loops are really good. This is only a receive one, not a transmit one. So yeah, I don't know. I've got a few ideas I'm going to play around with yet, but we'll just have to look into it more, I suppose. It's one of them, isn't it? It's difficult. But I feel a bit annoyed that we're not playing much radio, but talking about it would do. It's just because it's all contest. I've said 100 times, but it's all contest. But yeah, it's just receiver antennas at the minute. That's what I want to play. I don't want to spend money on one of these MFJ switching units, because the whole idea is I want to get better on receive than the DXC is. So what I'm going to do, I don't know. So we check 20. I mean, we've got no chance. We've literally got no chance. Get it? Nothing, is there? Oh, and now we're switched onto. Let's drop onto. So this is where you hear the noise on the loop. So if I switch from that loop now, and I give you radio audio, you can hear the difference. There's a big difference. That's crackling noise, the bacon frying noise, as Callum calls it, I think. And I think that's coming from the cameras, because when I unplug the cameras on the loop, you lose it. Oh yeah. But yeah, getting on the lower band receive is where I want to get to. That's my goal. Because well, I've shown you anyway, but you can see the loop. It's quite low down, but I think they work better there, don't they? Compared to being high up. Or even I can set up a little remote listening site myself with an SDR on a little computer, even though there's an update coming soon, I think, which can make life easier, but a little remote station of my own. I'll have to use your house, Nick. You've got a good location. Stick some gear up at your place. Well, they're strong. They're very strong. Put some liquid in the old vape. But yeah, we've been live for an hour and 13 minutes. And we've had one contact. But I've had a good chinwag, I suppose. I might leave this video up, this live stream up, so it can sit on the YouTube channel, I don't know. We'll see. I'll leave it up for the time being. And then we'll go from there. I think I might end the stream there, I think. There's not a great deal cracking off other than contesting, which I'm not going to take part in because I ain't got a clue. So I think we'll end the stream there. Oh, let's read Nick's message first. Third spiral leg. Okay, yeah, that'd be something to look into. What I'll do is I'll copy that comment. Oh, okay, that looks quite cool. I'm assuming you're on about something along these lines. Okay, I suppose does that sort of cover a lot of polarization at once then? That's quite cool. God, has he got an echo box on or something? Yeah, they're quite cool though. That's something to look into. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well, that's a beauty of radio. Have one of each, why not? I've got the vertical now, I just need the horizontal. But, right, I think we're going to end it there. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I'll probably leave the video up anyway. Well, I don't know. Maybe not this one, because we didn't get loads of contacts, did we? We had one. We've had a good chat, but I'll end it there. Thanks very much for joining. Hopefully next time I'll stream when the conditions are going to be a little bit better, or I can do it midday. Might try it tomorrow, midday, see that if we get 10 metres open up and stuff like that. 20 metres is better in the day, and 15, 17, 10. I don't do much 12. Oh dear. And I can't stop yawning. So, right, thank you very much. Keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow. I think I might try again tomorrow if the conditions are as good as they normally are in the day.